Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about an important topic, the cost and effectiveness of innovation. You know, healthcare systems in developed countries are under strain because of the costs. Can research and innovation reduce the cost? Well, let us see. Remember that this talk is one of the 12 talks on the roadmap to innovation in surgery. We started with the history of innovation in surgery, then we discussed the surgical research throughout modeling and multidisciplinary team building, and then the tools of innovation and the role of scientific debate, and lastly, the leadership. Now, we will discuss how innovation can be cost effective in surgery. So, are you ready for this journey? Fasten your seatbelts and ignite your curiosity, and let us start our journey by posing a question. What are the drivers of healthcare costs? There are many studies about this, but the drivers of the healthcare cost can be five main drivers. The first one is technology. Half of the real healthcare expenditure growth is attributed to medical technology. Are you surprised? Don't be, because healthcare system is using more and more technology. The advanced technology and its effect on the outcome might not be that sensible, but the cost of the technology is very clear on the healthcare. We produce more and more technology, but the problem is that this technology or technological advances cannot be translated to effective clinical tools. This cartoon shows you very simple illustration of this. There is something which is lost in translation. And that's one of the things that we want to gap. How can we gap the technological advances with the need in clinical daily work? So we said that half of the expenditure is technology. What about the rest? Well, there is increasing cost of administration. You know, to administer a plethora of laws and regulations, in addition to all the registration and databases, there is a need for increasing number of administrators. And this is training the healthcare systems. And as you see here on this, in this cartoon, this camel is the healthcare system, and here is the breaking point. And more people coming on this healthcare system, and more strain is coming on this healthcare system. The third most important driver of healthcare cost is the cost of pharmaceuticals. You know that there is a rapid growth of expenditure as the trend is going away from chemical agents to biological agents. And as you know, biological agents are significantly more expensive to manufacture and more expensive to administer. Then comes the effect of chronic diseases. The costliest 1% of the patients account for 20% of healthcare spending. Very high cost. And then you might wonder, many people say the strain of the healthcare system is due to aging population. But this is not true. Aging plays a minor role in the expenditure on the healthcare system. Are you surprised? Don't be, because that's the fact. More is coming on technology, which is taking half of the expenditure. More is on the administration expenses, and then pharmaceutical costs. Some of the researchers would call it defensive medicine, where there are many investigations and many medications that are given just to protect legally, to protect the treatment team. And then comes the chronic disease, and as you see, aging comes at last. How can research and innovation then reduce the cost of healthcare? Very good question. First, research and technology can optimize the administration. You know, I can give you an example. In one of the hospitals where I worked, three specialists working many hours in front of an Excel sheet trying to match the operation program with the education program and try to run the department. This can be automated with much better results and can give those clinicians more time to their patients instead of the Excel sheets. And there are already some programs, but we need to invest in the right direction. That's the problem, one of the problems in technology. There is investment and there is something that technology can help, but the investment sometimes going not in the right direction. It is not on the area where it is must have, but the areas where it is nice to have. Technology can reduce the administration time and optimize the use of resources. Another thing that technology can help is developing cheap diagnostic tools. For example, the portable ultrasound, rapid diagnostic tests. These can reduce the cost of diagnosis in developed as well as in developing countries. So this is another technological advances that can reduce the cost. During the outbreak of the coronavirus, we noted that there is increasing use of telemedicine, and telemedicine proved to be effective. It has proven cost effective by reducing the need for in-person visits. And then technology can help us to develop new outcomes. Let us take surgery as an example. Well, we usually use the complication rates. We usually use the patient's reported outcomes measures. But are these outcomes sensitive? We need some objective outcomes. We have plenty of blood investigations, for example, imaging that can be used, integrated together using machine learning to develop new outcomes. And then we can study those outcomes and optimize them with robust research to reduce the cost. Thus, the system will be more efficient and less costly. Last but not least, technology can help us in modeling healthcare intervention. By developing a model for healthcare intervention, for example, surgery, technology can optimize the intervention to reduce the cost and increase efficiency. So let me explain more on this point. Surgery, there are hundreds of factors affecting any surgical intervention, from preoperative factors to intraoperative to postoperative. Usually, the research is focusing on some of those factors or a collection of those three phases. But a good model that involves most of those factors that having impact on surgical intervention will help to develop an outcome that can be fine-tuned so that the model can reduce the cost and increase the efficiency. This is one of the things that our organization, Open Source Research Collaboration, is trying to do. First, we try to build the model of intervention based on the surgical research. Then we can tune the model to reduce the cost and increase efficiency. And this is not a process that ends. It is an endless process that reiterates to optimize the model. The more the model is used, the better it is optimized, and the more intelligent the model will be to fulfill the needs. You can learn more about modeling surgical intervention and reading about the open source research collaboration project on our website. Remember that also you can see the talk number 3, which was about modeling surgical intervention. You can see this talk on the AIS channel. Now, aside from the previous presentation where we talked that the surgeons want to be in the center and they want to run their show and they want to show that they are capable of doing impressive surgery. But to do this, surgeons need many other players, many other people helping them to do this. And in this ecosystem, as you can see this in the red here, the leader must ensure that all those groups will work in parallel to give the surgeon the opportunity to bring the best out of themselves. And it's one of the responsibility of the leader, bringing out the best in every member of the team. In addition to overseeing patients' care, ensuring adherence to guidelines, encouraging research and development, and mentoring junior surgeons. This is not an easy task. That's why we need. That's why we said, and we're saying it again. We need good leaders to have good surgeons. This is very important for the time being because many of the healthcare systems in developed world are under extreme strains because of the cost. Good leaders can help a lot if they are also given the freedom to renew the organization. Because, as you remember from the last talk, leadership is a set of behavior. It will help to align the collective direction of the people and execute strategic plans, but it can also renew the organization. And this is very important task for any leadership to look at the organization and see what to be done to make it more efficient. At the same time, still taking consideration to human factor because we are clinician working with patients. We are human working with human. This is not as manufacturing a car or other manufacturers. To breed leaders and innovators, we are doing some workshops around the world to explain the concept of open source research collaboration. We would be happy to come to your country and hold such a workshop or courses. To read more about innovation surgery, just click open source research collaboration.network and read about our projects and our activities. Thank you.